Wow, what a brave performance that was for Luton. In today's video, I'm going to be mentioning the word brave quite a lot, but I'm going to give you guys my reaction following that 4-4 draw against Newcastle away from home. I am very happy. Again, you know, I've mentioned that I've been happy quite a lot recently with that Luton team. Again, I'm happy with them because they've gone to Newcastle, a difficult place to go. Before the game, you're saying to yourself, you take a point away from home against Newcastle. The way we went about things throughout the game, being brave out of possession, brave in possession, the confidence to go at Newcastle, it was all there. It was great to watch, and it was such a great game for a neutral fan. End-to-end football, Newcastle attacking, Luton attacking, poor mistakes, referee drama. It had it all really, apart from like a red card, which I felt would have actually ruined the match. So I'm kind of glad both teams had 11 players throughout the 100 of minutes which was left in the end. It was a fantastic game. It really was. And before the game, I'm not going to lie to you, I thought Luton were going to lose. I thought the confidence which Newcastle would bring to the match following their impressive win against Aston Villa midweek, that momentum, taking it to Saturday, I thought they had enough. They've also had players return back, key players that have been out injured for a while, you know, with loads of quality. One of those particular players did score the 4th goal for Newcastle today. I think he's unbelievable in Barnes. You know, someone like him, he's not even fully fit yet he came on and caused an impact and has got a goal. When Newcastle are fully strong and they are, you know, everyone's fit and ready, they can cause any team in this division problems. And they've got a very impressive home record for a reason. It's better than their away record, and it was going to be a tough place to go. And also you're battling not with that Newcastle team, but also with the thousands and thousands of Geordie fans, you know, cheering them on as well, because they are a very passionate bunch of supporters. And you can definitely tell when they went 4-2 down what those supporters are like, how they get behind their team. And you know, without those supporters, and if you are a Newcastle fan watching this, I am giving you a lot of credit here. Without you guys singing and, you know, and motivating your team doesn't come back from 4-2 down. It really doesn't. So there's fair play to them in encouraging their team to get back into the game. Obviously from a Luton perspective, I wish they didn't, and hoped it got worse, but you can't. It's hard against that crowd, it really is, and that's what makes it more impressive that Luton walked away with a point away from home against Newcastle. Now, if we talk about the game in itself, the first 15 minutes, Luton go 1-0 down. We could have easily have folded, we really could have done, and because we were brave in out of possession and also in possession, it meant that each player had a man, basically, in defending against and in attacking against. And for this particular first goal for Newcastle, Lokonga, he lost his man in Longstaff, and he had a nice easy finish there. And that is, you know, Lokonga, he should have done a lot better there. Yes, could we have stopped the ball from going into the box, but you've got to be following your man. When a midfielder runs into the box like a Frank Lampard type of goal, you need to be tracking your man, and unfortunately we weren't able to do that, and Lokonga obviously lost his man and Longstaff got the goal. But we could have easily have folded. We could have easily have, it could have easily have been a long afternoon. We could have lost 4-0. But no, we were brave, we attacked, and we thought to ourselves, right, you've got a goal, now we're going to attack. And that's exactly what we did. We get a lovely set piece in a fantastic area, and what do we do best? We take full advantage of our set pieces, put a fantastic ball into the box. Morris rises up and above, puts it across goal, and Osho is in between the posts, and he has a nice finish, a nice header finish from 5 yards, 6 yards out. Can't really miss. All he needs to do is direct it into a corner. Does exactly that, and we're back in the game at 1-1. But unfortunately for us, we don't hold on for a couple of minutes because Newcastle fire one back. And again, we can't really allow that to happen. You know, when you've scored a goal, you need to make sure, you know, you defend for another 5-10 minutes at least and get back in the game a little bit better. Not just allow them to obviously come back and score, because that then causes more problems, and that's exactly what they did. Newcastle, they did get their second goal. But we don't give up ourselves. Despite them scoring their second goal, we come back into the game and then we push on and we get our second goal. Obviously Morris obviously puts a ball in, keeper saves it. I think it was a shot in the end and it falls to Ross Barkley, and because we're being brave, because we're being more confident going at teams, we've got our midfielders running into the box just like Newcastle do, you know, waiting for stuff to happen. We're doing exactly the same, and Ross Barkley is there unmarked to obviously smash it home, and we're 2-2 and it's half time and we're, you know, enjoying life. You know, 2-2 away from home. Do you get a repeat of that first half performance? Turns out you do, because both teams carry on going at each other, which was great to see. The third goal for Luton obviously comes under certain, you know, controversy because of, you know, the contact starting outside the box. Now, I haven't checked the rules, but I've always known it to be that if contact starts outside the box but then continues in the box, then it is a penalty. Obviously, the referee gave a free kick at first, VAR intervened, and obviously VAR said actually it's a penalty, you've made a clear and obvious mistake. Yes, it is a foul, but the contact continued in the box, so you have to award a penalty. That's my understanding of it. Please tell me if I am wrong in the comment section of the video. I know there's a lot of, like, you know, argument about it, and I know Newcastle fans were extremely annoyed, and so were the players. But that's how I've always understood it. If contact starts outside the box but continues in the box, then it is a penalty. And it was a foul, 100% was a foul. There was another pull in the box, which I think was the reason why they awarded the penalty. It wasn't Burke, it was Byrne, who obviously continued the contact outside the box with the pull, because Ogbeni was causing him all sorts of problems throughout the match, and then he pulled him again in the box, and that's why I think it was a penalty. Morris steps up and scores, but if you guys don't know, Morris also had a penalty before it, which he didn't wait for the referee's whistle, took it and scored, and then he had to do it again. He could have easily missed the second attempt, let me be honest with you. He could have easily missed the second attempt, but he went the same way as well. And then we're in the game, 3-2 up. And then within 3 minutes later, we're 4-2 up. We counter-attack Newcastle ourselves, which was a great little bit of play. And Barkley setting it up. But if I'm being honest with you, Barkley will get the plaudits for the assist. But Alfred Doughty, it was a fantastic ball for him to give to Barkley, because he was, you know, players were around him. He finds him on the edge of the box. Elijah creates that room and creates that space. You know, Ross Barkley threw ball in, and it's 4-2. And, you know, you're hoping at that point, 4-2 up, can you hold on? Can you keep it how it is? Unfortunately, we don't. And unfortunately, we kind of let ourselves down a little bit, because the same type of goal which happened for Newcastle's first, where a player scored by us not tracking him, it happened again for the third. Trippier had a nice easy tap in, because Morris, who was meant to be marking him, just allowed him to run, and Morris wasn't strong enough, and I felt Trippier wanted it more. If Morris wanted it a little bit more and challenged him a bit better, then defensively, you know, we could have sorted that out, but we didn't, unfortunately. And Trippier had a nice, you know, tap in. I'm trying to remember how the Newcastle second goal happened, and I'm really struggling. My memory's that bad. But out of the 3 goals there, we should have, you know, defended better. And I think the second goal for Newcastle was a counter-attacking goal anyway. We were trying to be brave in their attack in the first half, but we lost out, and they just counter-attacked us and then got the goal. And it was Longstaff again, I think, who had a nice tap in, because I think it was a save from Kaminsky, and then yeah, Longstaff just had, you know, thank you very much, had a tap in. I know his goal and Ross Barkley's goal is actually, he's coming back to me now as I'm talking, was quite similar in how they happened, where the keeper saved it and it just right place at the right time, for those types of goals. So yeah, and then it's 4-3. Luton are winning 4-3 at this point. So what we know what's going to happen is we're going to defend and just counter-attack Newcastle. But the crowd, they get behind the boys, and then we lose the ball in a very dangerous situation, in a dangerous area, just outside the box, in the centre, and I think it's a foul, if I'm being brutally honest with you, and I don't understand how the officials have missed it. Barkley, in my opinion, is fouled. It falls to Barnes, who, you know, slots it home to make it 4-4. The player who tackled Ross Barkley, I think it was Lewis Miley, I could be wrong on that. He tackles him, but then doesn't get the ball afterwards, because it does fall to Barnes, who then obviously does the finish and scores the goal. But at no point I actually see him win the actual ball. I've only seen it from the camera angles. I've seen it from 2 different angles, and I don't see how he wins the ball. He takes the man in Ross Barkley, and I don't understand how the referee's not seen it, because he's, you know, looking right at it, and how the VAR officials haven't, you know, intervened. Apparently it has to be clear and obvious. This clear and obvious thing just doesn't make sense to me, because for thousands of people back home watching it would say that's a foul. Even the commentator said it was a foul as well. If that's clear and obvious to us, how is it not clear and obvious to the officials? I just don't get the clear and obvious thing in English football, and it's really annoying, because I don't want to talk about officials, but I'm not understanding it. And Newcastle fans may obviously feel like the officials got the penalty decision wrong. That's fine if you think that, but saying no to a penalty appeal is completely different to saying no to a goal that's happened. The goal, in my opinion, should have been overturned. I think it is clear and obvious. It's a foul in the build-up, and Newcastle shouldn't have had that 4th goal. But I'm not saying Newcastle wouldn't have scored a 4th goal, because they were just going to attack, and they may have actually got it themselves. So, yeah, but it's just frustrating, because that's the 4th goal. That's how it happened. And if Luton actually went on to lose that match and Newcastle did score a 5th, you know, a lot of us would be very more vocal on that decision. But because we have walked away with a point, with a positive result, we're probably not going to argue too much about it. But yeah, it, you know, swings and roundabouts, isn't it? But anyway, overall, I'm happy with that performance. I thought there were some real standout performances, of Benny being one real standout, causing Burn all sorts of problems down the right-hand side. Obviously, really nice to see Morris scoring, and obviously Elijah. Barkley doing what he does. You know, defensively, I thought we were good at times. Osho performing well. Onwards and upwards. You know, Sheffield United coming up. Manchester United coming up as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. We've improved massively. We're getting better. And players are also returning back from injury as well. So we're getting stronger. It's going to be an exciting couple of months. But I do think we can stay up in the Premier League. I really do. But guys, if you did enjoy listening to my thoughts, drop a like, comment below your thoughts, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next video.